was the first fitness book that I came across, and I was 8 years old. I was primary 2, CHIJ Toa. The school was trying to cultivate the reading habit among students. So every week we were brought to the library to borrow a book. And the following week, we were supposed to read the book, and the following week to share with the class what book did we borrow and what story was it. So, in one session that I came across this book in the library, it captured my attention and I borrowed it. You know, back then, all the junior college were open house and everyone goes there, check out the school. So I selected a few junior colleges and I went to the gym for each of them. That was the only facility I was interested in. So of course, being an IJ girl, CJ would be the natural progression for me. And they had a really big gym other than NJ, yeah. So I went to CJ. Yeah. So I went to CJ, and the first ECA that I signed up was the fitness club. Okay, so the fitness club, I signed up as a fitness instructor. So I could use the gym and I had the keys. That was important. So I started learning more about fitness and started understanding about my own body. And that was when I wanted to be a competitive bodybuilder because one of the cover girls from one of the Muscle and Fitness magazine I picked up, I thought she looked incredible. And I thought, okay, if a human can train the body to this physique, so can I. After my last A-level paper, which was a CMAX, I panicked because, oh no, I don't have access to gym anymore. What am I going to do? And so happened, I think along the year, I met this athlete. They were having a roadshow of bodybuilders in Singapore. And I found out there was a gym at Boat Quay. After my CMAX paper, I went straight down to Bronze Gym and I signed up membership. I didn't have money because I was a student. And luckily the boss was there and then he took pity on me, this young girl. Then I said, I have no money about promotion. He's like, okay, he's Chinese speaking, right? Those of you understand Chinese. Okay, sweet, you like one. Now, I was training really hard at Bronze Gym for 6 months, going there almost every day. But I realized that I wasn't going anywhere. And then one fine evening, I met Joan Liew. It was my first time seeing a woman bodybuilder live, up close and personal, at her prime, because she was going for a world championship in 3 weeks. I went up to her, then down the spot, and I said, "Hi, I think you look great. I want to be bodybuilder." And she gave me this advice. She says that, okay, what will work for you is that you shouldn't be taking a program from a fellow woman athlete. What would be better would be to train a guy. And she suggested, okay, since you're training at gym, and I noticed that fellow bodybuilders, also multiple times Asian champion, Augustine Heath was also training there every evening. Why don't you ask him, because he looks like he's training alone, right? Go and approach him and ask him to train you. I went to him and said, "Hi, I want to be a bodybuilder, can you train me?" I expected him to laugh, right? But then he didn't, but he also never smiled. Then a while later he said, "Okay, if you are really serious, there's no turning back. And be here tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then the rest is history. And I trained for 5 years with him. And year 2000, Singapore was hosting the Asian Women's Bodybuilding Championship in Singapore. Okay, then he said, okay, this year we are hosting this, you will participate. I was like, oh, okay, sure. I just followed instructions, right? Then I just went on the diet and I competed in Asians. My first competition and I got the gold medal for sport. He says you must have the body, and if you want to go out on stage, you have to win. You're not there to compete for experience, you're there to win. Okay, and I want the judges to be shocked. Like, this is a new face, you have never seen before, and there you are. Bill Bowman is a co-founder of Nike, and he has this quote, if you have a body, you're an athlete. I resonate about that, and I use this quote a lot because I see a lot of people, okay, I've come to really appreciate as an athlete, and a fitness professional that the impact of skeletal muscle on the human body is very profound. Okay, it has direct correlation with the status of your health. It's not true that, you know, when someone thinks that, oh, I'm too old already, I shouldn't be doing gym. No, that's not true. Yeah, so this was the year that we started Fitness Factory. And we operated there for 1.5 years before we moved into Boat Quay, which is our current location. And we are in there till today. Okay, so I started my first Asian competition in year 2000. And then I was just doing every year. I took a 2-year break when I pursued my degree in UWA. And the following year, that's where I decided to go and compete in the US. The ultimate goal for me is to earn the IFBB, which is the International Federation of Bodybuilding, the IFBB Pro card, which is the professional status in the sport of bodybuilding. Okay? And the only way for a foreigner who are non-Americans to earn that would be the Arnold Classic. And I went for my first event in 2013 with no expectation. I just trained because when I started competing there in 2010, every year I would go and watch the Arnold as a spectator just to see the competition. And I come back to Singapore and I train. The next year, 2011, I go and compete. I watch Arnold and I come back train. And I realized, okay, then 2013 I was ready. I went and compete, that was me, in the women's bodybuilding. Okay, and I got second place. There were about 40 over athletes and I was the only Asian. Yeah, I went for physique 2014, following year at the Arnold's, and I won. But I haven't got my pro card status yet. So it was 4 consecutive years. I flew back to US to compete. It's a 30-hour journey, travel one way, and it's always in the bitter middle of bitter winter in March. Every year I go back, I try to win again so I can do the overall, but 2015 I got 3rd place. 2016 I got 4th place. So at the time I was really very frustrated already. I was, and I started doubting myself and I started to think, is this really for me? You know what, I'm going to tell my mom. Shortly after the event, they announced, okay, Arnold Classic will be held in the same year, 2016, in Asia for the first time, in Hong Kong. So, okay, let me just give one more try. I registered for that, okay, and I went to it. So, Arnold's of Columbus in March, Asia was in August. I just continued training, and I participated in Hong Kong, and I won Hong Kong. Now, the 2 criteria for the pro card was either I win the overall or I win the Arnold's twice. So in this case, I have technically and legally won the Arnold's twice. I was the first Singaporean to